I am so excited because the Step Out TV shows are back live on T2I TV. And for those who don't know, Step Out is a series of interviews and motivational segments designed to bring the best out of you and your business. Therefore, we have the following TV programs. Our first TV program, which is our flagship program, dubbed Step Out with Oscar Bimpong, is designed to interview consultants, experts, talented people, and those doing exceptionally well in their communities. The second one is Step Out SME Focus. This is where we interview business owners and showcase their products and services. The third one is Step Out Youth Impact Zone. This is where we interview young people succeeding against all odds to serve as an inspiration to other young people. And the last one is Step Out Authors Corner. And this is where we interview authors to share what their book is about to the world. Join us every week. Like T2I TV on Facebook and subscribe to the YouTube channel. To advertise or for further information, do WhatsApp +44 759 1152 983 or +233 55 580 3924 or email info@traintoinspire.com. T2I TV, we engage, educate, enlighten, and empower.
Welcome to another exciting edition of the Step Out with Oscar Bimpong. And tonight is another powerful discussion that we are going to bring on your way. My guest is already seated and we will come to you. Please, if you are watching us, we want to encourage you for you to really share this to somebody to have an opportunity to watch this, because we bring to you experts, we bring to you consultants, people doing exceptionally well in their communities, talented people, people against all odds. They've been able to stand the test of time for them to share knowledge with us. Our aim is to be the platform where you have to be when it comes to seeking knowledge, especially on the African continent and those in the diaspora. And tonight, I'm going to be your host on the Step Out with Oscar Bimpong show. And please don't change the dial on us. Share this for someone who has the opportunity to watch this. Then we will take it from there. Now, before I go on, I want to mention a few of our sponsors. This program is sponsored by Train to Inspire Consultancy. That is a business training and consulting firm. For Train to Inspire Consultancy, they also work with schools and colleges in relation to their schools. They work with schools in relation to the personal development of students. Also, ALS Global Shipping and Logistics, your trusted import and export company based in Accra. ALS says if you are stranded at the port, call them and they will sort you out. Also, ZPay Ghana Limited, your remittance and mobile money company based in Ghana. They just launched their ZPay money USSD code, and that is *270# hash. Just dial it on your phone and register for ZPay mobile money. Then also Wheels for Sure. Your Wheels for Sure is your car leasing for every credit. Wheels for Sure says it doesn't matter your credit. You can drive out of the garage with a car of your choice. When you call Wheels for Sure, please quote T2I 2020 and you are more likely to get a very good deal. Now, if you want to contact any of our sponsors, their contact details are scrolling on the screen. Also, if you want to sponsor any of our shows, please take the number for T2I TV UK or Train to Inspire Consultancy, and we will work with you. We are saying that, look, we are the go-to platform. A lot of small and medium enterprises cannot advertise on mainstream media, but come to us and we are going to go with you. Now, before I go on to my guest, I want you to understand that we are here every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, 8 p.m. GMT. You can't afford to miss it. We bring you powerful discussions that will change your mindset. Now, who do I have on the hot seat? I have known this person for a long time. He is a person that is really dedicated to the works of the African continent. And he is a person that really wants to inspire our generation through his works. And this person that I'm talking about, he is an author and he is a systems engineer. He is in a person of Desmond John Beddy, coming all the way from Germany. Please welcome to Step Out with Oscar Bimpon, and you are live on T2I TV UK.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, and we welcome you to the show. How has your day been, sir?
Well, when you are expecting young people to conduct an interview with you, somehow you feel very uncomfortable. So let's see how it works out. The day has been good, and I'm quite prepared. So let's see how it works out.
All right, so let's go straight to business. Our time is fast spent, and our topic for discussion is the typical African mindset and its impact on the continent. Now, before I go on to our topic, who is Desmond John Beddy in your own words?
Desmond is a community consultant. That means a servant to the African community here in Germany. My background is IT, and I'm the author and publisher of the History of Ghanaians in Germany, which has come in two forms, in English and then in German.
Wow. Congratulations on your book.
Thank you, sir.
We will come briefly talk about it later in our interview. Now, the topic is the typical African mindset and its impact on the continent. But before we go on, I think it's better for us to understand what mindset is all about. To a layman on the street, what is mindset?
You see, basically, when we talk about mindset, it's just about the way you use your brain, the way you form opinions. Are you actually using the brain? You see, how you form opinion. So basically, when we talk about mindset, it's more or less about how we use the brain.
Wow. So how
The
you use the
simplest
brain.
form.
Wow, wow. So so how you use the brain, does it have any impact on your life?
Of course, of course. Yeah, so let me give you a very simple scenario of how we form opinions, okay? Because we are talking about our mindset. How does it impact Africa as a continent? Now, we have shea butter, yeah, in abundance in our country. So now, and it is very good. Now the question is, are very affordable? So either you decide to say, we have shea butter, which is very good, very affordable. Do I continue using it? Or do I continue using very expensive creams that even might cause bleaching on your body? You see, so it's the way you set the mind. One, if I prefer to be using what is coming from my country, in the first place, I'm making my country rich, I'm producing jobs, I'm contributing to stability in my country. Now, if I decide to say, no, that is coming from my country, I won't use that. But I would prefer to be using very expensive creams from probably Japan, China. So you see, your mind already, you formed an opinion which is deciding for you how you contribute to the success of your continent or not. You see, so whether you decide to take the alcohol that is manufactured in your country or you decide to take what is coming from outside, it's all about the brain game. So yes, your mentality, your mindset can impact your society positively or negatively.
Okay, that sounds very interesting, and I think you are making some very good points in there. But somebody might argue that what is being produced in my country is not quality. They haven't added value to it. Like look at the shea butter in its raw state. It doesn't smell good. Now, don't you think they have got a point? That is why they are not using what is produced in your country?
You see, I think let's look at it from this angle. I think it's all about ignorance. You see, Mr. Bimpo, if I don't patronize what you have, there is no way you can develop it and get to the extent where quality comes in. We have this common adage where we say Rome was not built in a day. So long as you refuse to use what belongs to you, you will never have the opportunity to improve upon it. So yes, quality might be a challenge, but when you don't use it, when you don't patronize it, when you don't give feedbacks to those running such institutions, how do they get better? So it's an issue of trying to say, how do I support mine to make it better? If we are using it and you think they have lapses, there are things that are not that okay with the product, it is your responsibility to constantly inform them as to what they could do better so that their product too will be up to that standard. Let us not forget the items we consume from other people, it is also their locally manufactured products. But because we continue to patronize it, they keep going up, they keep adding value, they keep making good quality. So in the nutshell, if we continue to consume what we have, the producers will also have the same ability, the opportunity to improve upon the quality. Thank you, sir.
Wow, wow, wow. I think I totally agree with you. But does it mean that we don't have the patience? So let me give you a typical example. Yeah? When you go to Ghana now, Our stadia, they are not filled.
Yeah.
The football stadia, they are not filled. We don't watch football anymore. But go to on Saturdays, almost every pub, almost every drinking bar is filled watching Premiership. Now, I like asking people questions like, so why is it that we don't go to our stadium anymore?
You see,
and give a reason of what you are giving. Does it mean that people don't really understand what you are talking about? They are not aware of it. There is no monetization.
You see, we have to look at it from two perspectives. Those managing the football teams, they from the national level to the administrators that are running this Asante Kotoko, Accra House of Foods, they too have to, provide this quality, step up their games. That one we all accept, okay? But now, when we were young, let's say some 30 years back, I think the trend was more that we were patronizing what we had. Along the line, we have developed this taste that everything foreign is the best. What we have is not good. I'm not trying to compare the quality of matches between Asante Kotoko, Phobia, to maybe Chelsea or Bayern Munich. That is not the issue at stake. But the fact remains that one, from our administrators we have to step up our game. Then at the other way around, we the supporters, we the nationals, have to also patronize what we have, so that at least the expectation, it is only when we fill the stadiums, when we watch the matches, that the administrators too will have enough money to improve the quality, to improve the standard, so that they can also uplift it. But if we are not attending a stadium, we are not watching the matches, and then we are expecting them to get better, I don't think we have a point. And then I think I think we are very ignorant about some of these things we are doing, and we do them unintentionally, not knowing the impact it has on our society. Because if we are not watching the matches, and the other way around, you are expecting the quality to be good, I don't think you are doing us any good. So I will encourage my people that if they want the quality to be good, at least they should be watching the matches, and at the same time, they can be asking the administrators also to do more. But if you sit in your homes, you don't watch, and you complain, I don't think you are making any meaningful impact to our development. Thank you, sir.
It's quite interesting, you know, and I think that we need to work on this more. But as you said, the administrators have got a role to play, and the people have got their role to play. But we have got this mindset that we always say that, look, it cannot be done. It's like in Ghana now, if you start doing something, the first thing they will tell you is that, look, this will not work. You are wasting your time. We've got that calm mindset. And with this mindset, how do you think we can drive any change on the continent?
Yeah, with such a mindset, yes, we can achieve anything. That's why we started by saying it is the way we set our mind. So we now have to reactivate our minds. We have to assure ourselves that we are also capable. Yeah. And I think one of the biggest challenges we are having with all these issues is about leadership. Unfortunately, we have so many people we put in place of positions who are not capable of directing us as to where we want to get to. You see, so when you put people in places who are to tell us where we want to get to, And the people we put there, unfortunately, don't have that competence, don't have the capabilities of moving people forward. I think that is also one of the challenges. But if we have leadership, I'm not talking of just people occupying positions, but I mean real leaders, people who have the ability, who have the vision, the focus to move society forward. I think it will change a lot because they themselves will be doers, and then the followers will also follow what their leaders are doing. But unfortunately, we are having people, we spend so much money on them, and they are giving us no results. So if the top is not performing, unfortunately, those down to might have that mindset that it is not possible. But trust me, it can be changed.
Wow. You talk about leadership.
Yes, sir.
And I believe that leadership always stems from a particular mindset, right? Now, if the mindset of the leaders is the same as the people, then where are we going?
You see, you will not everyone is born as a great leader. Some are born with it, but some can also learn. These days, fortunately, you can look around and see what others are doing. Let's take this Emirates, Dubai. Let's go back into the 70s. Dubai was just like Ghana. But with the right leadership, they've been able to put their country at a level that now every Ghanaian who has money wants to go and spend it in their country. So what I'm trying to get to is that leadership plays a very important role, and we as a people need to look at it again and see how best this issue can be addressed. But at the moment, what we do, like giving positions to the highest bidder, people who have money, we just put them there for the sake of putting them there. And we are all seeing that we are not getting results. So it's time we as a people have to see how best these issues can be addressed. And I think particularly the youth, the younger ones like you, have to be challenged more and demand more accountability, demand more correct leadership. If you have leaders who are not performing, find a way to kick them out. Yeah, but if you are not complaining, if you put me in a position and I'm not delivering, and you still try to maintain me there, then I think you people also have to be blamed. It's time you people, that issue of future is no more. The future is today. You have to perform today. You have to hold your people you put in positions responsible. If they don't have what it takes to be there, kick them out. Thank you, sir.
Wow. Wow. Because you see, does it mean that we don't have the kind of leader that can transform Africa yet? Because look, we have been doing the same, like Ghana was the first to have independence since 1957. And there's not much improvement. People say, oh, Ghana, we are doing well. When we go to Accra, things have changed. I said, drive from Accra to the north, pass through Kumasi, Donahafo, and get to the north, and count the number of villages and see whether you'll be able to really count them.
You see, let's put it this way. I wouldn't say they haven't done anything at all. That would not be fair. All the leaders we've been having to date have been doing something, but unfortunately, it is not enough. And let's be sincere, we've been having so many leaders. I wouldn't say leaders, we've been having so many people leading us who themselves don't have these leadership qualities. So yes, we've been having leadership challenges. As a result, we've done quite well in some few areas. Yeah, I would say when it comes to, permit me to be a little bit ironic here. When it comes to putting up big houses, I think over the years we've done well. When it comes to using very big cars, We've done well. 30 years, we were not using all over V8s and things like that. Now we've done well when it comes to using these extra big cars. But the fact is that along the line, whilst we were focusing on using everything that is big, we along the line forget that bad roads don't care how big your car is. So bad roads will always spoil any type of car you have. So it comes back to the mindset issue we were talking about. That the mind is such in a way that, yes, it should be big. The car should be big. I must consume a lot of petrol per day on my car, on services. But we forgot that if we can use part of the money to repair our roads, put the roads in good shape, you might not necessarily even need a bigger car. So to a large extent, I hope you understood what I'm trying to say. So the issue of mindset is disturbing us. We either decide to use the mind, set our priorities well, or use the same mind to see things the opposite way. You see, so basically, yes, we have leadership challenges. Yes, Accra Kumasi to date, as you said, I used it about a year ago. I used that route, and I wasn't happy at all. After so many years, the road is still, instead of it being better, it has gotten worse. That road should be two up, two going, two coming, and these unnecessary accidents will not happen. And to be honest with you, if we could have done that, this countless number of accidents we've been having on the roads will be limited. So, gentlemen, you are right. We've not done enough, but we could do better.
But we could do better.
Yes, please.
Now, let me delve into another angle, because I like the example that you gave. Now, people are driving big cars in Ghana because they think the roads are bad. Now, why don't you fix the roads and use any car that you want?
Yeah, it's a mindset. You see, what happened along the line is, years back, we're not having enough money. But when the petrol money came in, the political elites started getting extra money. So now, what do they do with this money? Is the money invested in our educational system, educational infrastructure, putting up new hospitals? The question is, the extra money we started, let's assume before oil, let's assume we're getting 1 trillion per year. And now oil money came in, and now we are getting 2 trillion. This is not real. Now it means the 1 trillion extra money we were getting, we rather started investing it into big cars. You see, so you see the mind it needs to be transformed, and we all have to do a sort of more aggressive education so that our people will get it. That look, it doesn't work like that. So you see our people dying all the time through accidents, but we still don't want to change. So the mind is set that yes, the roads are less important. The big cars we drive on the road are more important. So until we change such a mindset, I think we have a long way to go, sir.
Now, let me delve into this one too. You know, we have got a consumption mentality. We are just consuming economy. We don't produce. Why such a mindset, and how can that be changed?
Yeah, gentlemen, I think you are being realistic with your questions. Very simple, but it touches. You see, it makes us somehow look stupid. Okay. Like when we started, I used this shea butter issue instance. Yeah, our lands are, you see, fortunately for us, those who believe in God will tell you that God has given us everything. Natural resources in abundance. And our land is so fertile. And some of the lands too, even you can plant on it 4 times in a year.
Yes.
So you ask yourself, but still we are importing maize, we are importing rice, So you ask yourself, you are right, you ask yourself, what is wrong with these people? But because we've been brainwashed to believe that anything that comes from within is not good. Whatever comes from outside is better. House Kotoko is bad, Chelsea, Liverpool is good. It is seated deeply in the people's mind that no matter what you tell them, they will tell you, why should I watch House and Kotoko? I would rather watch Chelsea matches. Yeah, why should I eat local? Why should I eat rice that is grown in Ghana? We would rather import from China. That the less dollars we have, we rather take it outside. We would prefer. You see, you live in the Britain. The British should not tell you that now that you are returning your pounds, come and spend euro. When you bring your euros, you notice that they take so much from you that you rather prefer to spend your pound sterling. When you come to Germany and you bring your pound sterling, they will let you understand that we don't spend pound sterling here. But what do we do in Ghana? We celebrate dollar. Everything they will tell you, I call it the dollarization of our system. And then they tell you, the same people will tell you that we want to stabilize the cedi. So you ask yourself, what is wrong with my people? You are not you, that is not your currency. You keep using another person's currency and you want your cedi to stabilize. So you ask yourself, and the very people who have to formulate the policies so that the things will be okay are the very people who are doing it. So when they are talking of we want to destabilize the cedi, you just look at them and say, what is wrong with my people? So it comes back to mindset, the way we use the mind. Forgetting that if we use the cedi, the more, if we consume the locally manufactured rice, the maize, everything, you will not need someone's dollar and your cedi will be stable because people might even come from other countries, come and exchange your cedi to get whatever you have. You see, so your cedi will stabilize. But no, we even sell our houses in dollar. We sell our lands in dollar, and then we cry that the cedi it has no value. So my brother, I think yes, you are right. The issue is about the way we have failed to be using our brain correctly. That's the issue at stake.
Even renting is even sometimes in dollars.
I'm not saying it, you are saying
it. but is that the reason why we don't support our own? Because you see, this is also another mindset that I think we need to really work on. When I see Mr. Beddy doing something, instead of me supporting Mr. Beddy for him to be successful, we rather sit on the fence, fold our arms, watching how far Mr. Beddy can go. If Mr. Beddy fails, people clap that he has failed, because that means you are not able to get to the level you wanted to get to. Now, when you become successful and you get to the top, all those people run to you, all them are praising you. This mindset, do you think is good for national development?
No nation can develop based on what you just quoted or what you just said. And if I don't want you to be successful, what I shouldn't forget is that I'm also not going to be successful because we are all in the same boat. Yeah, so most often we forget. And as I said earlier, the issue is more about leadership. And the leadership has made it that we look to these people and we see what they do all the time. You notice that even at the very top, your leaders, if you are coming from China and you want to do business, they are going to give you all the needed support to be successful. And you, the Ghanaian or the African, you don't have the same leverage. You will not be given that support. So yes, it's unfortunate, but we don't want to consume what we produce. We also want others to be more successful so that I can say, you see, we are all losers. So the brain we are carrying, I think we are not setting it up properly to be able to perform better. So if the leadership is doing it, look, let me give you an instance. You see, the taxpayers' money will be used to be paying soldiers to go and protect foreigners who are destroying your land, who are extracting all your gold and destroying all your water bodies. And you use your security intelligence, you use your forces to protect the people, the very people who are to protect your interests. You use them to protect the interests of the very people destroying your land. So, my brother, it is sometimes sickening. It is very, very, will I say, pathetic to see things like that. So when the younger ones are seeing it, that those at the top have to do everything to succeed, no matter what, whether it's good or bad, they will do it to succeed. What are you teaching them? They also want to do the same thing. They also want to be very rich at all costs. They also want to drive the very big cars on the bad roads at any given time. So yes, my brother, we have issues. We have issues, and if we don't change our mind, if we don't reset our mind, if we don't start thinking differently, greed will kill us. Yeah, the greed in us will kill us if we don't kill the greed. Thank you, sir.
I'm enjoying this, because like you are hitting the nail right on the head. And I think that is what we need to do. It's about time that we start changing this mindset. I always say that if the mindset does not change, leadership will never change. Because the mindset is the foundation, because every leadership stems from a particular mindset. And until we are able to change the mindset of the people, the mindset of the leadership, there is no way we can move forward. Now, I want us to come to something that it's really killing us, and we don't bother. For example, when it comes to adding value to what we have. Now, let's look at our cocoa, our diamond, everything, all the natural resources we have. We just export them. Look, I was reading an article 3 days ago on LinkedIn, and now the world markets are really not buying the cocoa of Ivory Coast. Why? Because Ghana and Ivory Coast, they have come together and they are demanding a certain price. And all the cocoa in Ivory Coast are still in the shed. Why? Because they are not buying it. The question is, why can't we add value to cocoa? And African continent of 1.3 billion people, why can't we consume our own cocoa, turn it to chocolate our own, and consume it? What is actually wrong with us? There is something wrong with us. And my brother, until that is solved, and tonight I want us to help us. Just give us more knowledge and inspiration from, because it's quite disheartening.
Mr. Bimpon, you see, when every family has to feed every family head needs to feed its people. Yeah, if you are the father in the house, it is your duty to feed your family. So, and unfortunately for Africa, we are so much that the other people needs from us. You see, technically, we don't need the Western world. The Western world needs us. Sincerely speaking, we don't have to be begging. They have to beg because we have everything they want. Yeah. But because we are not smart, we are not intelligent enough, and because we are greedy, people easily manipulate us. And we mentioned a lot of factors that have caused to what you are saying. Now, the main issue is about adding value, but let's look at the other aspects first. Even your neighboring country, even you yourself, will not even produce the cocoa, the chocolate that is manufactured in Ghana. You, the one from Burkina Faso, Nigeria, all over, will not consume it because it is coming from maybe Togo or Ghana or Burkina Faso. We label it is locally manufactured. It doesn't taste, it's not good. So you see where the whole thing is beginning. So already the thing is coming from your village. So therefore, No. If the cashew nut is coming from your village and the people decide to add value to it, or in the first place, your own people will not even want to consume it because it is local. We've labeled it. Forgetting that even if you come to Germany, almost all the cities have their own beer. So technically, the beers that we cherish back home, they are also local beer. But because it's coming from another country, we hail it. It's super good. Yeah. So now the challenge is we have to say we are adding value to what we have. Technically, where is the problem? Now, and no one stops you. But if I'm adding value to it, and we are refusing to consume it, we already have a problem. I'll use a classical example of Kantanka cars. Luckily, they assembled the cars in Ghana. Yeah, let me look at the two scenarios. So you assemble cars and you are targeting the top class. If I have enough money to buy Mercedes, why will I buy the car home? Then I would prefer to buy one with much well-known, which is durable, time-tested. So now, even in the context of saying we want to do something locally, one, you have to do something that will suit your market. I'm looking at the Kantanka issue now. Suit the market, make it affordable to the people before I start looking at the upper class. Forgetting that the very people, the upper class you are targeting, they have the money to buy Mercedes, BMW. They have the money to buy this Range Rover. They have the money to buy all these luxurious cars. So if you are targeting them, I think you are not doing the smart thing. Now, the next issue is, if I'm producing the cars, I'm producing the locally man, and me myself, I'm not consuming it. How do you expect others to consume what I have? Yeah. So you see, the whole thing is a sort of chain, a lot of factors.
It's complex.
You see, so we have to begin to tackle the problems small, tackle here, tackle the other angle. And I think education also has to play a very important role. Like when years back, people like Nkrumah had their system where they were constantly, touching the people's mind. You see, we have to rework on that, which is going to be very challenging because the Europeans are smarter. They are always one step ahead. BBC is always there with their news. The CNN is always there. And we've also already fallen victim that what they produce is better than what we produce. We have to consume what they have. So now, if we should come with a system and say, let's touch our people's mind, let us reset their brains, they already have a mechanism in place that is so powerful. They spend millions of money on it to be reaching our mind, to be manipulating us. And then we are also not prepared to spend even a cent in that direction. We have ministries of information, but your question is, whom are they educating? It is always just used to do propaganda for governance. But actually, it is supposed to be used to educate us. So education is one. We need to have the right policies in place. We need to have the right leadership who will constantly be touching us that, look, consume what we have. We can even begin with the secondary school. This free food program, we can say, hey, look, the food we'll produce or we'll provide will only be food that is coming from us. You see, so basically, a lot of factors come into play. And then don't forget, we lack this solidarity, as you said earlier. If you should do this company and you want to convert your cocoa, your cocoa in your locality to make a cream, add value to it, so that if they don't come, we ourselves will produce. You see, your Ghanaians will tell you that I won't use this cream because it's coming from maybe Kintampo. Kintampo cream there, what do I have to do with? And we are talking of Paris cream, you are talking of Kintampo cream. You see, so, and then the other African countries too will not want to use it. So, my brother, it's a long way. We need very radical. We need the right people in place. to push that agenda. Because if your leadership is telling you that eat locally rice, and anytime they do state functions, they go and put perfume rice there for you to eat. How can you influence the other people to eat a locally manufactured cake? They won't eat it. So you see the factors are many. The leadership plays a role, the education plays a role, the mind plays a role. My brother, we can talk 1 hour about this particular issue. So
the kind of question that is ringing in my mind, I don't think 1 hour is even enough for us.
No, we are close to as well.
Yes, but I think you are making some very good points in there. And you see, until we do such education, please, if you are watching us, please share this for somebody to have an opportunity to really be part of this discussion. You see, for example, you are talking about education, right? Now, a lot of people will not come to this educative platform. But when somebody is like doing, has put a camera on himself or herself, insulting the president, that person will have 1,000 views now. Our priorities are totally wrong. And that is why we are not growing. Let me give you a typical example. If a young person is being asked to come to this platform from Africa, the first thing they will say is that I don't have data. But if somebody is insulting the president, the same person will get data and go and watch. And that is how bad the situation is. I've got some 2 important comments here I want to read. That is, the 2 all is from Martin Yabwa. He said, resetting our mindset now should start from the KG folks. That is from kindergarten. What's your take on that?
He's absolutely correct. You see, we were talking about education. We even need to reform our education. Yeah, this chew, poor, pass and forget is also killing us. It has made us a group of people who don't think critically. You see, so this critical way of thinking, we are not used to it. So if I'm not used to critical thinking and you are asking me to come and listen to such a thing, I'll tell you it's boring. Because that is not the way I'm trained to think. I'm trained that there's something in a book, I read it, they ask me the question, I answer it the way the teacher wanted me to go about it. Then after I pass my exams and I'm gone. I'm never one day asked to solve a problem. You understand that even the people in the university will say the next 3 years, yeah, where the professor will say, hey, my people, let us at least, yeah, take, let's use a simple wireless. I say, let's dismantle this wireless the first year. The second year, let's see what is the components in the wireless. The third year, let's put it together. The 4th year, let's see if we can create the same components ourselves. And then maybe in 10 years, they start producing radios. No, you learn theory. So the person comes out as whatever he is, and then you ask him a simple question he cannot answer. So our educational system should have to shift even from this learn past. You put him somewhere, he can add anything because he's not taught to think critically and say, how do I move a group of people forward? All he's taught is that go there, make some money. So the focus is just make some money, and that is the end of it. And this attitude of just make money is what the Chinese, the Europeans always play on us, because he is taught that, hey, look, when you put it in a leadership position, your duty is to serve your people. When you go to Africa to look for a deal, go for a deal that is going to benefit your society. Yeah, we are taught that when you go for a deal, look for a deal that will benefit you and your family, perhaps your friends. So he comes and sits on the table, yeah, because he's told to go and look for something for his people. And your leader is told that, hey, I've installed you to make more money, so that the next coming elections will have more money to do something. So you see 2 people coming from 2 different angles. So he comes, something that is 10 billion He tells you, look, we'll give you 5 billion, but you, the one seated there, I will give you alone 1 billion. And then you start jubilating. So he goes home with something that is supposed to value 10 billion. Finally, he drops maybe 5 or 6 billion. His people have made a profit of 4 billion. Meanwhile, actually, he needed something from you. But unfortunately, because of this greed mechanism, because we are told to go and look for something for ourselves, at the end of the day, we'll fail and we'll continue to fail. So like as we started, until we change the mind, we will always be victim of other people. Other people will continue to exploit us because we think for ourselves, we don't think for our nation, we don't think for our society, we don't think for our community. Thank you, sir.
Yes, and there's another comment here. He says, Mr. Desmond is right. Recently, I was in Ghana and bought Kantanka car. And my guy is in Ghana asking, why am I buying this car and not Benz or Range Rover? That is coming from Martin Yabo, and I think he's making a very good point in there. You see, we like everything foreign to the detriment of our own. And I think, you see, we are in a, I call it a wishing industry. We are always wishing it's going to be better. But for me, sex statements tells me that it can never be better until, as you are saying, we change our mindset. Please, if you are watching us, please share this for somebody to have an opportunity to watch this. We are having a powerful discussion. We are about to bring this to a close. Now, let me ask you this. What role do you think our leaders have to play to make this thing happen?
Before I comment on that, I think from doing nothing comes nothing. If we don't touch our brains, if we don't begin to use our brains critically, if we don't kill greed in us, we'll always be there. And unfortunately, you see, we've been using the word leaders. But I'm sorry, we only have people who have occupied positions. These are not leaders. You see, what makes up of a leader is totally different. We have people in places we've mandated to do something for us. Technically, these are not leaders. If you meet a leader, you will know who is a leader. So we have been misplacing the word people we put in position with leadership. Yeah. So I'm sorry, we have two definitions of who is a leader is. Most often we believe that if they should take you right now and make you a finance minister, you are a leader. Probably you don't have what it takes to be a leader. Just per chance that perhaps I was there and decided that you are my brother, you are my cousin, or you are my friend, I just put you there. But perhaps you don't have what it takes to take up that position, to lead a group of people. Because when you are put in a position, you have so many people and you have to impact them. And one thing we forget to know in our daily life is that every day when you wake up, you meet weaker people and stronger people. It is the responsibility of a leader to tap into these two. They all have their strength. So you take from the leaders, you take from those who have more, and you provide those who have less so that you have a leverage. And if you are able to put up of these two strengths together, then you are building a society. You meet the good ones who are better than you, you take from there, you provide those who are less, and then you keep pushing. This is how society did. This is why we have countries like Singapore, Malaysia, and co. They are moving. But we, even if they put you, Mr. Bimpo Rana, in position, you go there, first thing, you need a big house, big cars, and that is it. At the end of the day, they pay you. Whether you deliver or you don't deliver, you will not even be sacked. We just need to be more serious than we are today. And sorry, we've been wrongly calling people leaders who are not leaders. I'm sorry. These are not leaders.
Wow. What does the future hold for Africa?
Africa, you see, I will use the word we are blessed. We have the youth, so when it comes to labor force, they are there. We even have the sun, 24 hours is there. So solar potentials are abundant. You see, so the future is bright. You see, I wrote in my book, I made an irony where I said, I had a prayer in my book where I told God that, dear God, you did us a great disservice by providing us with so many mineral resources and gave us less visionaries, gave us less critical thinkers, gave us less people who could move forward. You could have, rather than giving us resources, mineral resources, you should have given us right leadership so that we use the brain just like Europeans are doing and move it forward. But the situation you've given us, you've made us lazy. Because if they make you a leader, you don't have to do anything. The cocoa money will come, you sell cocoa, the manganese is there, the gold is there. You just have to see that at the end of the month, money will come. But if you have nothing, they put you there, you have to think. And even if you don't, you don't have the competence, you don't have the capability of sitting there, you will not be there because you can't do anything. Nature will categorize you. People will know you don't have the competence. But this one, we are lucky that we have a system that whoever you put there, at the end of the day, money will come. So they don't have to do anything. And this is where I think nature has not treated us well. We rather need more competent people and then things will be better. So to be honest with you, we are coming from a place where it looks so good. The only thing missing is visionaries to move us forward. People are coming. Malaysia has done it. The Emirates have done it. Singapore have done it. Why can't we? Yeah. So Africa, it looks bright, but as it is with the mindset, I'm sorry, we are retrogressing. Thank you, sir.
I wanted to close, but I wanted to ask that.
Let's close. That would be cool.
Yeah, give me just a bit of summary on this. You said I like your prayer that God gave us the minerals, but He didn't give us visionary leaders.
Yes.
Don't you think we have got the visionary leaders, but they are just being blinded by greed?
Yeah, you see, if you are, you see, a leader is a servant. So if you have the rightful leaders, they wouldn't be there just to serving themselves. They will serve the people. So if a leader is a servant, that's why I'm telling you, those we are not having servants. We have people who are serving themselves. See, I don't want to talk much. See, let me give you some few instances. You said you traveled to all the townships from Kumasi, Kintampo, maybe Techiman, Sunyani, to the north, and going to the Volta region, eastern region. When you travel across, you see so many. Even within Accra, you see so many. And you have your you prefer the word leaders, so let's use the word leaders. You see them driving with 40 cars, 50 cars. You ask yourself, what is wrong with us? And these cars, they consume so much petrol. So, and you call this leadership? And that money they use per hour, my brother, what can it do? It can provide, look, the money they use per hour, per week, per month, per year, Ghana will not have, no township in Ghana will say they have water problem. It could provide every community with borehole. So if you have leaders, you can't have such a problem. So I'm sorry, we don't have servants. We have people serving themselves. They are not serving the ordinary people. If we have, you see, if I'm your leader, the first thing I will do is those grants you give the what you call leaders to be driving those big cars around. The first thing I will do is I will take off those cars from them. those loans will not go for them. We use those loans to drain water bores, to put up those schools under the trees, to do this thing. And you know what will happen? If you are in the north and you are the member of parliament and you have to use those small cars on those bad roads, within a year you lobby that your road is good and you don't want a shoddy work because your car will be spoiled every day. So you see, we just have to begin somewhere. We need leaders who don't pamper such a sort of, this sort of, low mindset. You know, if we take those things from them, you make sure the road is good because he can't use those roads to go and do campaign. And the money is enough to do those roads. Take it from them, and then no one will tell him the next day to make sure that those roads are fixed. And these election roads they do. Do you know what is called election roads?
I know.
Election road is when there is support for elections, then they will go and put some quota on the road and do few of them. And then even sometime before the elections are over, the roads are spoiled again. And we'll be clapping for them. You see, so we are also part of the problem. So let us just stop blaming those we put at the helms of affairs and also blame ourselves. If the whole year someone has not done a road for you, and just about time for election, it comes to put some quota on a road, and then you are jubilating, are you also not part of the problem?
Oh, there is a saying that if you are not part of the solution, then you are part of the problem. And
yes,
trust me, I've enjoyed every bit of the discussion. Let me read some few comments and we are out of here. Semako Ake says, that's deep and powerful thought. Here in Africa, especially Ghana, we don't have tried and tested leaders. We only have fat stomach and manipulated leaders. That's interesting. Afro Francis said, God bless you, Mr. Desmond, for resetting our mindset. Then Mami Ekuapokwa said, very true, says, say it again. Chi Radio Germany says, well done, my brother. And I think we've got so many comments here. Let me read a few of them. Then Afro Francis says, that's my boss. Mami Ekuapokwa says, very inspiring. Martin Yabua says, mindset is everything because that's African mentality. And he also said, yeah, I agree with you, my boss, on this about currency. He also said that, yeah, I agree with my boss on this actual about currency. Okay. Then Nana Ponko said, that's my boss, DJ Beddy. Look, you've won a lot of hearts here. Powerful discussion.
Tell them not to agree with everything. Yeah. Where they don't agree with me, they should feel free and bring it so that we also learn from them. Our life is about learning from one another. Yeah. So that they will also say, maybe this is what they also think, so we can move forward. Yeah. So tell them not to agree with everything I said.
Let me tell you this. Yeah, the people on this platform are level-headed people, right? And if you don't perform, they will come at you. So trust me, let's take it like today's discussion, you're on the right track. So just take the accolades. Let them go back to hear from them. So yes, but it's been a quite an interesting discussion. I've loved every bit of it. This is a typical African mindset. You have just hit the nail right on the head. And trust me, until this changes, there's no way we can succeed. But before I go, let me do some 1 or 2 mentions of our sponsors. Train to Inspire Consultancy, that is your business training and consulting firm. They also work with students in relation to their personal development. ALS Global Shipping and Logistics, your trusted import and export company based in Accra. ALS says if you are stranded at the port, call them and they will sort you out. ZPay Ghana Limited, your remittance and mobile money company based in Ghana. They just launched their ZPay mobile money USSD code, and that is *270#. Just dial it on your phone and register for ZPay mobile money. Then Wheels for Sure, your car leasing for every credit. Wheels for Sure say that doesn't matter your credit history. You can walk out of the garage with a car of your choice. When you call Wheels for Sure, code T2Y 2020. Wheels for Sure is based in the United Kingdom. During COVID-19, if you are afraid of taking public transport or you don't have a good credit to buy a car, call Wheels for Sure. They will sort you out. And if you want to contact any of our sponsors, their numbers are scrolling on the screen. Just contact them. Also, if you want to sponsor any of our shows, please take the number for T2I TV UK or Train to Inspire Consultancy, and we are going to talk with you. It's been a wonderful, wonderful discussion. I've really enjoyed every bit of this discussion. I wish we would now have ended this time, but we need to really break. This Saturday, I have got a woman that really said, look, I have stayed in the UK for a long time. I have made my life, everything is going on well. I'm going to Ghana to set up a foundation and support the needy. And the things this woman passed through, she lost everything and she has to come back. She'll be sharing her story this coming Saturday. You can't afford to miss it, because this is an inspiring discussion that is going to even change your life. And we're going to open your eyes, especially those in diaspora that wants to go back home to start a business. It will open your eyes for you to know what to do when you go out there. Because trust me, it's not as easy over there. It's not easy, but you need to have the knowledge to really manage the system very well for you to succeed. If you are watching us, we are here every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, 8 p.m. GMT, meaning that will be 9 p.m. Germany time. And also, if you haven't liked our page, like our page that is T2I TV UK on Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Now, Mr. Desmond John Beddy.
Yes,
please, what is your last word to everyone that is watching us?
My last word is that I've come out with this wonderful book that is the history of Ghanaians in Germany. You see, whilst we spoke all along, one very area too that has failed that is that as a people, we don't learn our history. And any group of people who do not understand their history, they continue committing the same errors. But if you have your history well documented, and you can actually know what is happening around you today, it is then that you can think of what to do tomorrow. So we Ghanaians in Germany have lived here over the years, and the time came that we felt there's a need for us to capture our past, our present, and make projections into the future, so that mostly the younger generation will know what has been, what it is today, so that mostly the errors we committed, they will not continue committing the same errors. So I encourage all of you to get copies of the history of Ghanaians in Germany, and trust me, our stories are the same. If we are in the UK, you read it as a migrant, you notice our stories are the same. And I think some of you live in the other countries too, you could take a look and see if how it was done. You can look at it and also start doing your own, compiling your own history. So I encourage all of you to get copies. I wish to thank all of you for being around, and hopefully we might meet the next day when I'm somewhere to present my book, and then we can talk more. And there's a particular chapter called Ghana, the Way Forward. It is mostly dedicated to Ghana, and some of the issues we just spoke about, most of them are there. Ghana, the Way Forward. And then you know the way I think, and it might impact a lot of you in many ways. God bless you all.
Thank you. But where can people get the book to buy?
It is, you can order it online on beddy.de, www.beddy.com. The books are there. We have it in German and English. You can order. It's only 20 euros, and we do we post it for free. We take care of those in Germany. The postage is free, but those outside, I think London, I think it's 7 euros. That one you have to pay. But if it is within Germany, we take care of the cost, the postage. Wow. It's a book you need to read, and it's a book you need for your kids to read, to know how we came, to know how the situation is today, and particularly our challenges to the younger generation to outperform us. They should do better. They have no reasons to be making excuses. Yeah, things used to be tough. Today things are better. So they should take up the challenge and do better than we did years back. So I treat everyone here to get copies, and then they will never be the same. Thank you, sir.
Wow. Thank you for your time. We really appreciate your time. And Beddy, John Beddy on Facebook, and you can get a copy of the book. I think your next book should be about the history of Ghanaians in the United Kingdom. And I think that should
be to do that. Take a copy, see how it is structured, the approach we used. You said we don't support each other, and I'm telling you, the book is done. It's there. Just take it, study it, and look at how you can adjust it to suit your system. But of course, you should be committed. It took us almost 6 years to do it. So it is a lot of work went into it. So, but if the pace setters are there, the way is paved, you see the pattern, you can just imitate, and you might not need 6 years, perhaps 2 years, you are done. Good luck.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And tonight our discussion was on the typical mindset of the African. And trust me, our guest, he has done justice to the topic. All that I would say is that until our mindset changes, nothing changes. The most dangerous thing in life is to always say, this is the way we have always done it. That is more dangerous than anything else. Until you change, nothing changes. And the changing of the mindset of the African people, we Africans, starts from us. I always say this, that those of us living in diaspora, we have got so much experiences that if we take one young person in Africa to mentor, over time, we can change the narrative. What we are doing is that we don't give back. We have got so much knowledge, so much experiences, but we are not giving back. It's about time we start mentoring one young person. Because you see, when one young person changes their mindset, it's not only one person anymore. The whole generation of his life, their mindset is also going to change. So we need to start working on that one person at a time. If we want to see the Africa we want to see, it starts from us. Our dedication, our passion, the legacy we leave. I always talk about our today's mentality. Our mindset is what we are going to eat today, not what we can leave for tomorrow. If we don't leave something for the next generation is going to be worse than us. And that is our children. Some people say, I live in Germany. Trust me, now I go to Ghana like twice in a year. I go and I meet young people that were born in Germany, that were born in London, that were born in the US. They are now living in Ghana now. They are now living in Sierra Leone. They are now living in Nigeria. So if you think your children have escaped, you are a big liar. They might tell you one day, I want to go and live in Africa. So it's about time we start working on our minds. And that is why I've got my book coming up the first quarter of this year. And that is Mindset Revolution, Re-Engineering the Mind from Prison to Purpose. It's an amazing book. Let's watch out for us. And please like our page and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'll be here on Saturday, 8 p.m. GMT. That is 9 p.m. Germany time and 8 p.m. Ghana time. You can't afford to miss it. God richly bless everyone that took their time to watch us. And God bless you, Mr. Desmond Beddy, for your time. Thank you very much, and speak to you soon.
Thank you, sir. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
To those who were with us, thank you. God bless you all. Bye-bye.
Bye.